YouTube? Welcome back to our Avatar The Last Airbender limited set review. We have Yanks on the call, as always. How you doing, Yanks?
Good. Chugging through all the colors here.
Yep. Today we're going to be going over all of the red colors and all the red cards, and we're going to be giving them a rating between 1 and 10 based on how we think they're going to do in the average limited deck. So that's draft and sealed, not super highly synergistic, so cards can do better if you have the right environment, but let's just open up random 6-packs and see what you get. That's the rating that we're going to give it for this set. So we
Yeah,
are...
we're gonna talk all about Crimson and Scarlet and Maroon and Cardinal, all those.
Why are you mean to me? Why do you tease me? So
Because it's fun.
let's jump in with the Borcupine. A 2/2 for 3 mana. When you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So this is the Spell Slinger. It's usually an elemental, right? It's just straight up
Yep.
reprint.
Yeah, it's like something weird, or
Yeah.
some
Spell
elemental.
Gorger Weird.
Well, Gorger weird. Yep.
Nailed it. And I like that deck. It doesn't tend to be the best. It's pretty highly synergistic, so the average deck doesn't care about it, which makes it a bit of a split card. It's usually like very is it or bust. And I don't tend to like to give commons split ratings, but that's what this is. I'm going to, for the sake of the set review, just say that you have an instant and sorcery spell deck, or at least some semblance of it. And I feel like the average Spell Slinger deck, this is pretty solid. I call those a 6.
I think so too. We're also starting to see like more and more sort of non-creature spells. At least it feels this way, that kind of double as creatures, whether it be like vehicle type things or
There's
enchantments, like
also,
sagas that create tokens. And
yeah, and all those sagas flip into creatures. And then there's also
yep.
like the black split spell, like look at your opponent's hand and make them discard a card, or Earthbend 2. And then there's the like target creature dies, Earthbend 4. Those are all instants and sorceries. So you're going to get more bodies out of those instants and sorceries. So they kind of double up as fodder for the Borcupine and as bodies themselves. So overall, I think that this is going to be far more playable now than it used to be, because it was very much only spell slingers. Now we just have access to more instants and sorceries in the decks because you have a lot more room now that they make creatures.
Exactly. You can play 11 creatures, but you really have like 15.
Exactly. Equipments now oftentimes come with creatures. Now I know that's not the case here, but like that would trigger this. And that tends to be a lot more difficult to come across. So I call it a
Definitely.
6. It's probably going to play lower if you're in Boros. You're not going to want to run it. So it's sort of on that fence.
Yeah, it's probably what it's great in Izzet. It's probably fine in Rakdos, bad in Boros, and maybe usually bad in Gruul, but maybe if there's a bunch of earthbending instant sorceries this time,
Yeah.
maybe it's a little better than usual there.
Yep. The Boomy Bash, 4 mana for a sorcery, choose 1. It'll deal damage equal to the number of lands you control the target creature. Now that was a spell we just had and I was happy with once upon a time. But you can also choose to destroy target land, creature, or non-basic land. So that's free.
Yeah, you could kill an earthbending thing. Non-basic land probably doesn't come up too much in limited, or deal at least 4 to something.
It has a build, like they're in our commander game. I'm not sure how relevant this will be in limited, but like someone made a 9/9 earthbending creature.
Yeah.
So the fact that this has the fail safe of being able to kill larger than creatures, larger than the number of lands you have, because I found at 4 mana, these spells usually killed just about whatever I wanted it to pretty reasonably. You didn't have to put much more work into it. But you have that fail safe for the extra large earthbending, which I think is going to be probably a thing.
Would imagine usually that's what green tends to do, so I'm going to guess it'll find a way to happen with earthbending.
Rating wise, are we thinking like a 7? It doesn't
I
quite
think
feel
so.
premium, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it's not efficient enough or instant speed enough to be
Yeah.
premium.
The Cave of Two Lovers. It's a saga. Chapter 1, you get to make 2 1/1 white ally creature tokens. Chapter 2, search your library for a mountain or a cave card, reveal it, put that into your hand, then shuffle, and then you can chapter 3 Earthbend 3. Now, specifically, the reason I think that the chapter 2 allows you to get a cave is because there is the Cave of Two Lovers, so you can search for that. Cave is not a like theme here, so you're not really looking for anything other than that. It's going to find you a mountain, but for flavor, they also want you to be able to get the Cave of Two Lovers.
There's at least in the regular set, there's exactly one cave, which is the secret tunnel.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't know the name of it.
Oh, okay.
The secret tunnel is the Cave of Two Lovers.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the Cave of Two Lovers was like a land in the Commander set or something.
No, I don't think so. I just resaid the thing that's in the title of this because that is what it is. It's the same thing.
Got it.
And for flavor, I think that makes a lot of sense. Is that card a common or uncommon?
It's a rare, I believe.
Oh.
It's a rare, yeah.
Okay, so it is just mostly flavor then.
Yeah.
But even still, I think that's great. I like the 4 mana make 2 bodies. Earthbend 3 seems great. And get a mountain. We love all of these things. So I would rate this a 6.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm always running the first one of these. Combustion Man, 5 mana for a 4/6 assassin. When he attacks, destroy target permanent unless its controller has Combustion Man deal damage to them equal to his power. This seems good.
Who is this in the show? Because this
Sparky Boom Man.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I mean, he is what they call him Combustion Man. So he's an assassin that's hired by Zuko to kill the Avatar. And he has a special, unique type of firebending where they have like a little eye drawn on their head and they can shoot almost like a laser beam and it create an explosion. It's a very unique type of firebending that
it's Cyclops from X-Men.
Basically, it's just not like continuous. It's one explosion. Yeah. And it's so rare that most people don't know it exists. And you can find how it's developed in the Yang Chen books, actually. Or is it the Kyoshi books? It's the Yang Chen books. Yeah, for sure. The firebenders have to be brought very close to death for them to unlock it, and only the strongest of airbenders or firebenders can unlock it. And it only happens under severe stress, torture, and near death. They practically drown them, and that's how they kind of unlock the power. It's crazy, but yeah, it's so rare. Even 4 avatars later in Aang's timeline, people don't know that it exists.
That's interesting that's how it manifests, because that's kind of similar to the way historically it always worked in Magic, how Planeswalker sparks.
Yep, it's very, very similar.
Worked.
And it's so scary that, and part of the reason why I think most people don't know that it actually exists is because the couple of times where it does do damage to a city, where the guys up top just kind of bombing places, Yang Chen convinces the Earth King and the entire town that it was an angry spirit that was doing it. And so it's just this really rare thing. It makes sense that Zuko and the Fire Lord would know about it. And so Zuko hires him to assassinate the kids. And you see him a couple of times. He meets his doom when Sokka hits him in the eye part with his boomerang, and then when he goes to do the thing, he misfires and explodes himself.
Okay.
There's also another one in The Legend of Korra that the way that they kill her is at the last second, because you can see them sort of ramp up to do the thing, and in the book it explains it a lot. They have they have to do these breathing exercises before they can fire. They metal bend around her head right as she's about to explode, and she explodes her own head.
It's kind of
it's wild.
Again, maybe showing my age too much, but the original Independence Day.
I've seen that once when I was 6. I don't know. I don't remember.
You kill they kill the way they blow up the alien spaceships because they're too big. Is you fly into basically or shoot into their big laser weapon as it's firing, and then it explodes.
Yep.
Ship.
Yep. That's how they do it. So you see them both in Avatar and in Korra and in the Yang Chen books. Rating wise, I think this is very good. He's going to get to attack once, and he gets to mini lava axe a creature or their face if they choose. And either way, I think I'm fine with that. He also has a bigger butt. He's a little tougher to block. I think you can pretty feasibly get attacks on this multiple times without too much effort. I think he's solid.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's a little weird that you don't see a ton of red creatures with larger toughness than power, but you almost don't care too much here because they have to try to they don't want to just bounce off these things. They get to keep shooting them in the face or blowing things up.
Yeah, which makes removal spells and combat tricks really, really good.
Yep.
Because they're highly incentivized to not take 4. So yeah, I like this card. I think it's got its downsides. It's a 5-drop that doesn't really affect the board the turn it comes out. So I don't think it can be that good. But I'd still call this a 6. I think I'm running the first one of these every time.
Yeah, there's always a limit on how good cards can be when it gives your opponent the choice, because they're always going to choose what's better for them.
Yeah.
So, it minimizes the total impact, but it's still a good card. I like it at 6 as well.
4 damage is a lot, and if you could always pump it, that'd be pretty crazy.
True, yeah, or equip it or something.
Here's the combustion technique. So this is, you can see it in action here.
Oh yeah.
2 mana for an instant. Combustion technique deals damage equal to 2 plus the number of lessons in your graveyard to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. So it's a minimum of 2 for 2. And I think it's very easy for this to get bigger, and it's instant. I call this premium removal.
Yep. It's like a more modern version of like Kindle.
I think expecting this to have a floor of 3 is very reasonable.
I think so.
And if you're casting it before that, 2 is probably fine.
Is enough, yeah.
Exactly. So I think this is good. I'm going to call this 8.
I think so, yeah. It contributes to lesson stuff. It does exile.
Maybe in the average deck, maybe it's a 7.
7.
I'm probably giving it too much less. Like, if you don't have a lot of other lessons, then it just isn't doing that. So it's a 7. I was very excited, but I think this will be a powerful card in a lot of decks.
I'll split the difference and say 7.5.
Yeah, split the baby. Let's do it. We have the Red Shrine, the Crescent Island Temple. 4 mana. When it enters, for each shrine, you get to make a 1/1 red monk creature token with prowess. Okay, so we have our contender for second best, and whenever for each shrine. Yeah. This is good. I like this card a lot, actually. And then whenever you have another shrine, you make another monk. I think this is the only other one that's worth playing on its own. I wouldn't play this. The white one, I think I'd play if you have only the 1 shrine. This one, I think I want to.
Yeah, I'm not playing 4 mana, make a 1/1.
Yeah, even with prowess. I need 2 or 3 shrines, but at least it's worth it. So I think this is my contender for second place.
Agreed.
But I'm not running it without any other shrines, so I'm going to call this a 4.
Yeah, I think 4 seems fair. I also just, in principle, don't like that they switched the monk prowess tokens to red, because I can't use my personal token anymore.
Sure you can. It's a token. You could be. We use nickels and dimes all the time. Who cares?
But it's not correct. Like, it was correct for Monastery Mint.
Since when have we needed tokens and counters to be correct? I'm I'm ripping up shreds of my results sheet and hoping the judges don't get mad at me. Like, who cares?
That's fair.
I use My Little Pony tokens.
Well, I guess let me rephrase it. It's not that I can't use it. I'm just less incentivized to bring them to use because they're not the actual things.
Yeah, you use your token. You bring your tokens. Cunning Maneuver. 2 mana for a instant speed target creature. It's +3/+1 until end of turn. And you get to create a clue token, which is very, very good in Rakdos. This is going to be very, very good in Is It? It is, in fact, good in Is It? For waterbending. So I think this card is going to be very playable. And it effectively replaces itself in addition to giving you that either the sack fodder or the waterbending fodder. And then you can draw when you don't need it. This gets a gold star from me. That's a 6 power or a 6 score combat trick in my book.
I think I'm still on a 5 for this. I don't know. Combat tricks that cost more than 1 that don't live hexproof or indestructible, I'm not a huge fan of.
But the clue! You get a clue!
The clue is nice. I'm going to lose to this card. I know that. But I'm not going to probably play it very much unless I'm in the spell slinging.
I'm playing it. The Deserter's Disciple, 2 mana for a 2/2. It's an ally specifically. You can tap it. Another target creature you control power 2 or less can be blocked this turn. These are always good. 5.
Yep, exactly. It's one of the few red allies. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, 5 seems fine.
Fated Firepower, X red, red, red for an enchantment with flash. When it enters, with X fire counters on it. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus the amount of damage equal to the number of fire counters on this enchantment instead.
Okay. This feels like your classic red overcosted enchantment that's fun in Commander but doesn't do anything in Limited.
It's close.
Yeah, it's closer than some. It's not nearly as weird as some.
Because it scales super well. Like, if you're casting this for even just the 4, if any source, because normally it's like non-creature or non-combat, like this is anything.
Agreed.
So this is going to mess up all sorts of combat damage. Like, the fact that it almost always excludes combat.
True.
And so the fact that this includes combat makes me think that this is going to be good.
It might be. In fact, it has flash.
With all of your Boros tokens and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say a red source, right? Which it usually does.
True.
So this is just any source. Like, your little piddly 1/1 allies now hit for 4. Like,
and that's a good point being made in chat that you can dump firebending mana into this because it's flash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is definitely better than I initially read.
And firebending always makes red mana, so like that makes the casting cost not so bad either. I actually like this.
Yeah.
And it only needs to be X's 1 or 2 to be scary. And it's going to make everything so bad.
Yeah, as long as you're in a deck with
Sparky Boom Man now does like how much? Like,
well, it does 4+ X.
Exactly. Like
potentially twice if they don't have a blocker for it.
Which is crazy. I actually think this is good.
Yeah.
I think you're right. These are almost always bad, but I think this is good.
Yeah, I think I have a natural reaction to like red, and the cast cost. Okay, this isn't going to be playable.
And also these spell doublers are just never good in limited.
Yeah.
So
the fact that it's any source on flash. Yeah.
Any source, any color. Yeah, I'm here for it. I think this is going to win games.
I think you're right, actually.
I think this is an 8.
Agreed.
The only reason it's not a 10 is because, like, if they have 3 removal spells and you have no more creatures, then you die. If you don't have tokens, you die. Yeah. Like, the deck needs some help to bring it all together, and you need to not be behind. If you're at board parity, that's good, because now all your creatures just are so much better, so I think that's fine. Yep. But you just can't be, like, basically dead.
Exactly.
So I think this is an 8.
8 seems good to me.
Fire Nation attacks. 5 mana for an instant. Create 2/2/2 red soldier creature tokens with fire bending 1, and this has flashback for 9.
So, whether or not this card ends up being good, like this, the little I know of Avatar, the name of this card, this feels like they should have found a way to make this a mythic. Like, this is the phrase everyone knows from this show.
When the Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, I could see this being something crazier.
Yeah. Is the flashback flavor somehow for this?
Maybe. Like, the thing I can think of is, like, it happens 100 years before the show starts, but when Sozin's Comet comes, the firebenders become super uber powerful and they kill everybody, right? And in the final episode, the comet comes back around 100 years later and they become super powerful again. And so Aang has to defeat the Fire Lord while he's all juiced.
Okay.
So the Fire Nation attacks 2 different times with
Sozin's
Comet.
Then. Yeah, because I think this might be the only card in the set with flashback, so I figured you would put it on there most likely for a flavor reason.
Yeah. The Phoenix vehicle Zeppelins. Yeah. So what they do in the final episode is the firebenders go on a little ramp at the bottom, and then they just like fly over the Earth Kingdom and just nuke it like a fire blast, not just like one hit. It's just like a flame, like a flamethrower from the top of the
Oh yeah.
ship that just nukes the whole continent.
Oh well. Okay.
Yeah, because they're that powerful during Sozin's Comet.
Got it.
The same thing happens for waterbenders during like full moons. That's why waterbenders can bloodbend during full moons. They can physically control your body.
Okay.
And earthbenders
That's,
are weaker at night, waterbenders are stronger at night and weaker during the day, and vice versa. Firebenders are strong during the day.
oh, I'm glad they didn't put that into the set. Like
Night and day. Yeah, at night, your waterbending is -1 waterbending, and during the day,
Yeah.
+1 to all firebending damage, or +1 to firebending. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be so nasty.
Trying to track that, and
That would be flavorful as hell, though.
it would be. Yeah.
That would be super flavorful. All right. Well, rating wise, I think this is fine. I don't love it. The mana rate's fine. Firebending is cool. There's gonna be things that want that, but like stat wise, I don't think you're getting a lot. But I'm happy to have it across 2 bodies is fine. I think it's a 5.
That seems about right. You get to use firebending mana to cast this because it's instant speed, and then it makes more to cast the flashback. So that's kind of cute.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If you're stacking it with early firebenders and you're getting this for a much cheaper rate, it's actually probably better than I'm giving it credit for. I think I wasn't really thinking about casting it with firebenders because usually these type of spells are always sorcery, so I didn't think about
Exactly.
that. So yeah, it's probably closer to a 6, honestly, because this is going to cost you even at 4. I'm so much happier with this.
Yeah, if you get 4/4 for 4.
And there are
abilities.
multiple like 2 and 3 mana firebend 1 creatures that's just fine.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Fire Nation Cadets, a 1 mana 1/2 human soldier. This creature has firebending 2 as long as there's a lesson card in your graveyard. And it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for 2 mana. That's fine.
So yeah, so you could basically make it a 2/2 until end of turn because of the firebending.
If you have a instant or sorcery.
Yeah. After they've learned their lesson. Clearly.
That's true.
As cadets.
Low impact. Not every deck is going to want this. I think this is a 4.5.
Yeah, you probably have to be like super aggressive to really want this card.
I think Boros, maybe Rakdos, but beyond that, probably not interested.
Yep. For 4.5. Yeah.
Fire Nation Raider. Why did they? What's wrong with my brain? Fire Nation Raider. 4 mana for a 4/2 human soldier with raid. When this creature enters, if you attacked this turn, create a clue token. I like it. Rakdos, baby. Not in love with a 4 mana 4/2.
No, not at all.
But I like clues. This feels very replaceable. This is a 4.5. I like the clue, but I don't think I like it enough to pay the. It's like a 4.5. It'll make the cut sometimes, but I'm hoping I have better 4-drops.
Yeah, exactly. It's that 4 or 5 drop slot that just gets so crowded.
Yeah. I think it'll make the cut. I think it's fine. I don't love it. Fire Sages, 2 mana for a 2/2 with Firebending 1. This is the card I want to cast that 5-drop spell. For 3 mana, you can put a +1/+1 counter onto this creature. So that's nice. Gets bigger over time. You get a little bit of a mana sink. And you can pump it as much as you want. Cast other things. This is a good bear.
Yeah. Good firebending mana sink.
This is a 6. This is exactly what I want in my firebending deck.
Precisely. It'll help ramp out your instants and sorceries that you can play, or flash creatures, or just pump itself.
Firebending Ascension, 2 mana for an enchantment. When it enters, create a 2/2 red soldier token with Firebending 1. Very playable. When a creature you control attacking causes a triggered ability of that creature to trigger, put a quest counter on the enchantment. Then if there are 4 more quest counters, you may copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. So after you've firebended 4 times, the 4th one and later is all doubled. And it gives you something that can start to trigger it right away, which is already on rate. I think this card is excellent. I think this is 7.5, actually.
This card's very good. You'll want to take a look at your deck and make sure you probably have some other abilities in addition to just firebending that can occasionally help trigger to get to 4 quickly. But yeah, I think this card's very, and you will have at least 1 or 2 other. So yes, 7.5 seems right. Somewhere between 7 and 7.
If you don't have anything that can utilize it, it's like a 5,
Yeah,
5.5. But I feel like
fire.
if you're in red, you're gonna have enough incidental fire damage or firebending that you're like fine with it, and then maybe you have something really good that triggers, and then great. But there are like creatures that when you attack create a clue.
Yeah, or Combustion Man.
Yes, right. So yeah, I think this is gonna be incidentally amazing.
Great.
Firebending Lesson, 1 mana for a instant speed, kicker 4. Firebending Lesson, deal 2 damage to target creature. If it was kicked, deal 5 instead.
Great.
8.
Yep. Shock plus. I can't hit people. I get that, but
Firebending Student. I'm so excited to play this in Standard. Let's go. 2 mana for a 1/2 with prowess. Firebending X, where X is its power. Standard. Yeah. I think this is super cool because I get to cast all my like monstrous rages pre-combat and then attack and then cast even more. I don't have to choose anymore. It's solid in limited. Either way. It's a 2-drop, so it's going to be low impact, but I think it is a very, very good card for those decks. 0 chance we're cutting this. I call that a 7.
I think so as well. Although I question why the Firebending Student is better than all the like soldiers with firebending.
Yeah, I mean, so the characters that you see are very good. Firebending students, they tend to, any of the characters that you get to meet along the way, the students otherwise. The Fire Nation soldiers are sort of Stormtrooper-esque.
But they can firebend?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're Stormtroopers. That's how I like to think of them.
They can't hit anything?
No. I mean, they spend 61 episodes trying to capture 4 children, and they can't do it. So...
That's fair.
Granted, one of them's the Avatar, and they have a flying bison, but,
Fair enough.
I think this is a 7. A low impact 7, but it's so good for the mana that it's going to sort of snowball you into a win that 2-drops just can't do very often, and I think that makes it an excellent card.
True.
How to start a riot. Hey, riot. I love that they actually put the flavor text from the like when I read the title, I thought, hey, riot. And I looked down and that's what it says. Ah, so excited. Okay. Target creature gains menace until end of turn. Creatures, target player control get +2/+0. Trumpet Blast Plus, baby.
Yeah.
And it's target player, so you can give it to your 2HG partner.
True.
If they have a bigger board than you. That's pretty sick. I like me a Trumpet Blast. I'm going to play this card. I think it's a 6.
Yeah, I think it's like a 4. I'm not playing this card.
Because you're not playing Boros Allies.
I've never cast Trumpet Blast in my life, and I don't plan on starting now.
I've killed so many people with double Trumpet Blast and made them rage quit life, and it makes me very happy. It brings me... my heart grows 2 sizes those days.
See, the rage quitting I've seen from Trumpet Blast is people that play it before or is it after attackers, and it doesn't work.
I was playing in a PTQ one time. This is very, very long time ago, and my opponent goes, "Okay, I can't lose to even Trumpet Blast, so pass." And I was like, "Cool, double Trumpet Blast," and they were just so visibly mad. Yeah. And I was like, take my little sign here, please.
Yeah, I guess the other way around. I'm thinking, right? You have to have already attacked for Trumpet Blast to matter. But people, I just cast it pre-combat. Like, okay, that does nothing.
Ooh, it does something if you have the Firebending Student, though.
Yeah, Well, this card does something anyway, 'cause it's not attacking creatures.
Yeah. Anyway, I love it. It's excellent. So 6 and 4.
Yes.
That 2 is our biggest gap for sure.
We have one of them every set, and it's always a card like this.
Or it's a lizard.
Or a lizard, yes, which I have to apologize to.
To the lizard.
Yes, not to you, to the lizard.
Iroh's Demonstration. 2 mana for a lesson. You can either deal 1 damage to each creature your opponent controls, or deal 4 damage to target creature. For 2 mana, even though it's sorcery speed, I don't really care. I think this is excellent. It's going to wreck allies, and you have the other side. It's a good rate, 2 mana. It's not instant, so 7.5?
7.5.
It's like pretty close to an 8. Zhang the Deserter. 3 mana for a 2/3 with Firebending 1. You can exhaust it for 3. Put a +1/+1 counter on Zhang. When you next cast a lesson spell this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. Seems good?
Yeah. 3, 4. Yeah. Firebending 1 is nice. This kind of does a lot of stuff. I'm trying to figure out how it all works together, but
I think it's flavorful. It does all the things. I'm never cutting this card.
no.
7.
Yeah, this is also one of the only allies in reds that's nice if you're playing like Boros.
Yep.
Yeah, 7.
Jet's Brainwashing. 1 mana, kicker 3. Target creature can't block this turn. If the spell is kicked, gain control of that creature until end of turn, untap it, it gains haste. Create a clue token to boot. That's kind of cool. I like these cards in like Boros or like Rakdos top ends. You make a clue for sacrificing for Rakdos as well. So the downside of it not being a lethal thing is not as bad, especially because it replaces itself. This is the first time we've seen this mechanic, I think, with a replacement built in.
Yeah.
In addition to it being a replacement that can waterbend and sacrifice in a sacrifice theme. I actually think that this is very good.
Yeah, we've seen at least one 1 mana sack outlet in black too, to sacrifice the thing you steal. And that's which is nice. You always want to have at least available in the set like a 0 or 1 mana sack outlet.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess we saw 2 because we have the removal spell that lets you sacrifice a creature as well.
Also, does Judy sack a creature?
Yeah, so that was the other one I was thinking of, was Judy and the removal spell.
So, like, you could just do that for 5. I actually think this is the most excited I've been to play this outside of, like, a Witch's Cauldron deck.
Or the entirety of AFR.
Which was basically a Witch's Cauldron deck. Yeah, I think this is very good. I think that clue token takes it a long way for me. I'm going to be playing this 10x the amount of times I play this kind of ability normally, which I think is cool. Like, it's nice that they're experimenting with
I agree.
the knobs for power levels on cards and making that this is like actually cool. How to rate it though?
On average, it's probably like, I don't know, I generally put, unless you're talking like, AFR style where that's the best deck. I'm generally putting these cards at like 4, 4.5. This is probably like a 5.5.
I think that's where I'm at. I was debating between 5 and 6, so I think 5.5 makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right. The Last Agni Kai, 2 mana. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. If the creature the opponent controls is dealt excess damage this way, create that much red mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose unspent mana. And this is at instant speed. Even if you're not in like Gruul, you're still going to find good spots for this given that it's at instant speed. And the mana can pretty easily replace itself. I don't see why we don't love this card. 8 mana. Or 8 points. 8 rank. Whatever.
If you make 8 mana, that would be great.
I'm tired.
8 seems good.
And you can use your stupid firebending mana for it.
Yep.
The Legend of Roku, Chapter 1. Exile the top 3 cards until the end of your next end step. You can play those cards. Add 1 mana of any color. Flip him on Chapter 3 into Avatar Roku, 4/4, firebending for And you can pay 8 to create a 4/4 dragon with fire bending.
This feels like the worst of these so far.
What?
I don't think it's a bad card, but like
I thought Kurok was way worse.
which one was that? Was that the blue
That's
one?
the one like draw 2 cards over 2 turns, and then it's a 4/4 with waterbend 20.
Yeah, it's the one that makes a 1/1 every spell you cast.
Something like that. I think this is way better.
It's probably no 8 is a lot.
But he has 4 built in.
Yeah,
So it's just once.
4. It's not hard to kill a 4/4 though.
Yeah, but he's already got you extra cards, made extra mana. I just don't think he's the worst of the bunch.
Yeah,
but I think this is strong.
I think it's still a very good card. I think it's maybe I'm just thinking too much about the black one we just saw in the last caller. That was way better.
Yeah, someone else is saying 8 mana is a lot for a 4/4, but I mean, I don't see it as 8 mana. I see it as 4 mana, which is not a lot for a 4/4 flyer with firebending 4. Especially because, like, the next time, if you can manage to survive, the next time you turn them both sideways, it's free. You get to just make free dragons.
That's true. If you can get it to live through the first one, that becomes really good.
Yeah. And even if they kill it and trade on the first one, like, I got a dragon out of it, plus I got free cards off the top with the saga side of it, I think this card is excellent. I call these 9s.
We give the last one, a black one, a 9 or a 10.
10.
Okay. This is definitely worse than that because you just don't get the immediate impact on the front side to the same degree as the sweeper. It's also cheaper, so that's fair. Yeah, I think it's still very good. So I guess a 9 is probably.
Just as a heads up, I think your audio is cutting out a little bit. I think you might be leaning back. So on the tail end of your sentences, it just sort of cuts you out a bit.
Got it.
Cool. Lightning Strike. 3 damage, instant speed for 2 mana. 8.
8. Easy.
May. Jaded Edge. 2 mana for a 1/3 with prowess. Exhaust. Put a double strike counter onto May. She's a noble specifically.
That's definitely a threat of activation.
I feel like May is the character that looks the least like herself in the episodes.
Oh, really?
Like, her outfit and her hair is kind of the same, but her face is so much different in every one of the May cards. At first I thought it was just like a specific artist, but I'm noticing it on this is like the third one. Whereas Aang, Katara, they all look very much like themselves. This character, yeah, I would say she's closest to May, but it doesn't really capture her in the same way. But either way, I think this card is excellent. 6. 6.5?
Yeah, 6 seems fine. 6 seems fine.
Because it's a 1/3 with prowess for 2. Like,
yeah.
And then double strike. I think this is above the line. I'm going to say 6.5.
All right.
Mongoose Lizard. 6 mana for a 5/6 with menace. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to any target. That is nice. And it has mountain cycling. I feel like this is one of the better cyclers of the bunch.
Agreed. I think it's still probably a 6.
6.5.
All right.
I'm very happy to have it in my deck. Price of Freedom. 2 mana for a sorcery speed less and destroy target artifact or land an opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land, put that onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle, and you get to draw a card. Sideboard for earthbending decks.
Yeah, it's not even great there though, right? Because I guess they get it back.
But they only get it back as a land, and a lot of the earthbending cards are like spend a spell to earthbend.
Sure.
And if they've done that, then it's kind of a 1-for-1. They get their land back, but like they still spent whatever they spent to make it earthbent. Now some of them are creatures that earthbend, and then you're only getting a half a card, but you're also getting a replacement card with the redraw.
I mean, so are they, right? They're getting to ramp.
They're not ramping because they already played the land.
No,
Earthbending
this
doesn't.
one, but this card lets them put a basic land into play
Oh, you're right. And their creature comes back.
as a land. Yeah. I think it's still okay, especially if the earthbend creature is big enough.
Yeah, agreed.
Or you're right if they've spent the whole card on it.
And I think that's just fine either way. And
Yeah.
if we're wanting to kill whatever their earthbent thing is, it's big enough. I don't really care if they're ramping at that point too much.
True.
So if this is just nuking a 5/5 earthbent creature and replacing itself but I don't think I'm main boarding this ever.
No, this feels like a sideboard card.
Yeah. So 2 high sideboard.
Agreed.
Ran and Shaw. I have one of those.
Ran or Shaw?
So the other thing I want to collect is the entire Field Notes version. And Veggie opened one of those and he gave it to me.
I mean, you basically want to collect the entire set.
Yeah. Multiple copies. Ran and Shaw is a 4/4 for 5 with flying and firebending 2. When Ran and Shaw enter, if you cast them and there are 3 or more dragons or lesson cards in your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of Ran and Shaw, except it's not a legendary. Holy fudge sickles.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Dragons you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Let's assume you can, there's not that many dragons. There's
I'm
not
not sure
there aren't any dragons.
I'm not sure there are any, yeah.
So let's assume you do not have many lessons.
Okay.
4/4 flyer, firebending 4 for 5 is already good.
Yes.
If you have 5, or if you have 4 lessons, that's kind of my number for is it possible to get 3 into your bin?
Say that again one more time. How many?
4.
4?
Again,
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's
then.
likely.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the deck has the possibility, the ceiling. I'm measuring the
Yeah.
ceiling basically. I think this card is very good either way. If you are unlikely to trigger its ability, I still think this is a home run.
Yep. There is one other dragon in the set, and it's an Izzet card.
So hypothetically, if you drafted 4 Ren and Shaws, I think this card's very good with or without lessons. I'm going to average it to an 8.
Okay, I can see that. It's a threat that has to be answered right away, so.
Yeah. I think 8 is on the low end because the firebending and the flying is very good. And you're very unlikely, if you are either not able or very unlikely to trigger it, it's like a 7.5. And then it goes up to, honestly, if you can trigger it reliably, it's like a 10. 2 Ren and Shaws, I'm in. So
for sure. But the downside is, right, if you can't, we're saying, or at the time you aren't able to, it is just a dice removal card.
Yes.
So that's why it probably drops down to an 8.
And I think when we're giving it the rating, the average deck is not the heavy lesson deck, right? That's a very specific build around deck. And in sealed, you can't control how many lessons you open. And so having 4 or 5 playable lessons is going to be probably pretty solid. And to have more than that's very unlikely, I think. So I still think this is an 8 with the ability to be a 10.
Is this a card you start playing cards like Price of Freedom for?
100%.
Yeah.
If I have this in my deck, I'm playing every. I have not seen a lesson bad enough to where I'm not interested in playing it for cards like this.
Yep.
Especially because they tend to blend very well. If you're an Izzet, the one that, like you were saying, that if you have 3 lessons in your bin, there is the fire bending students that if you have a lesson in your bin, it does a thing. So there's so many benefits. And I think if you have this is the icing that makes all of those worth it.
Yep, agreed.
Redirect Lightning, 1 mana. This is the card I need 5 of, so
we gotta need 5?
Because I think it's just been used a ton.
Oh.
One mana instant lesson. As an additional cost to cast this, you may pay 5 life or 2. Change the target of a target spell or ability with a single target. Yeah, Veggie's going to slam this into every commander deck on the show for the next year. So
That's fair.
You know, happily taking donations in redirect lightnings on Veggie's behalf. I think
Your new person that's helping with some of the stuff on the show will like submit a deck list. Veggie will be like, it's good, but it needs more redirect lightning.
yeah, untimely malfunction is the other one that Veggie's really high on. And I can always tell when there's a card he's really excited about, especially when it's untimely, like it's an uncommon. Because if we do a booth and we do like events at the booth, and I'll turn around randomly and I'll see like Veggie being a little gremlin going through the bulk trying to find untimely malfunctions, or like the slime against humanities or whatever that card is called.
Yep.
I always see him just thumbing through bulk looking for stuff. This is a rare, so that won't be the case, but this, similar card. I think this card is not as good in limited.
Agreed.
It's 3 mana to redirect a removal spell that's super situational. I think it's fine, but I don't think I'm playing it very often. I think it's a sideboard card. I'm going to call this like a 4.
Yeah, it's a sideboard card. It's something you put in your deck if you're trying to up your lesson count.
Yep.
Or you're even, so that's about
it.
Yeah,
or if you have like Spellslinger stuff, yeah. The Rough Rhino Cavalry, 5 mana for a 5/5 with Firebending 2. Exhaust 8, put 2 counters on this creature. It gains trample till end of turn. So after you get an excess mana, 5 mana 5/5 with Firebending 2 is just good.
True.
That's well above what I would have expected for a common. And then the Exhaust is just a nice bonus. It becomes a 7/7, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I think the card's fine. It's like a 5.5.
I actually think this is closer to a 6. I think this is a nice, well-rounded 5-drop that I feel like I'm starting to get excited about, especially with that Firebending. It's going to enable a lot of the other cards in my deck that I need to have excess Firebending for, and I like that.
Makes sense.
Good stats on its own for the mana cost. Next up, we have another instant speed lesson for 3 mana. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is less than the number of mountains you control. If you don't cast it, put it into your hand, and this has flashback.
So yeah, there are 2 flashback cards in the set. This is the other one.
Streamlights, man, they really start to get to me, but I think the green screen is just too finicky for me not to use them, but man, oh man, is it giving me a headache.
I mean, this thing, you get 3 mana, it's a lesson, which as we've seen matters. You just get to exile cards until you hit a spell, and worst cases, you just draw it. That's okay. Especially late game, like if you have 5 mountains, this could be pretty good.
Feels very fillery, feels very replaceable.
Yeah.
If you're a Spellslinger, if you're a lesson deck, yes, but the average deck, I'm going to call this a 4.
It's a decent sink for Firebending mana too, because it's instant.
That's true.
But right around there.
Sozin's Comet, 5 mana for a sorcery. Each creature you control gains Firebending 5 until end of turn, and you can foretell this. Spending 5 mana to make a lot of mana. I don't think there are enough big mana. Like if I have Roku, but even then I wouldn't want to draw this and not Roku, or Roku dies and I don't get to do it. But can you imagine just making like 7 dragons?
Oh yeah.
Because that's not a once per turn thing. That's pretty it's pretty crazy, but I don't think this is going to be good.
No, it's not. It's a cool flavor card. The foretell is nice, right? You have a comment that comes back, so foretelling makes sense.
I feel like if they literally do foretell it. I think if you have only 1 infinite mana Firebending mana sink, I'm not interested. If I start to get 2 or 3, even if they're weaker ones like Ren and Shaw, that's not weaker, but it did pump dragons infinitely.
Yeah.
Then I'm interested. But we're now talking about having 2 or 3 game-ending bombs anyway.
and
So
having them out and having enough other creatures out to make this relevant.
yeah, but like I think if I have 3 of those sinks, I think the likelihood of finding one of them and having a scenario would make me happy to run this, but having 3 of those is not the average deck. So I think this
No,
is unplayable outside of the bombiest of bomb decks, and then it's a kind of a win more situation anyway. So I declare this is a 2.
agreed.
A Tiger Dillo, 2 mana for a 4/3. This creature can't attack or block unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. This is one of those like
Gruul.
Gruul only cards, so
Yeah.
it's going to be very good in Gruul. That's
Yeah,
gonna be so aggressive if you just like curve out with this. And they always have those like 3 mana 4/2s that are pretty
4/2s, yep.
easy to like make happen, and then you just like get to start slamming pretty aggressively. The average deck, I just don't think is going to be able to support this often enough.
No, I agree. I think we haven't seen green yet, but knowing Gruul, that's likely where the only spot you're going to see this.
4
Yep.
in the average deck. Treetop Freedom Fighters, an ally, 2/1 with haste. When this enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Okay, I like that.
Yep.
Two across 2 bodies. Statted is fine. Haste is cool. This feels very Boros-esque. I'm gonna call it a 5.
Exactly. Yeah, it's nice that Boros you would think is going to be the place where you're going to want your allies the most, and there aren't a lot of red allies, so
yeah,
this is one you'll want to play.
And I think this one is very, very solid. I think it'll play up in Boros, but I think in the average deck, it's probably just a 5.
Agreed.
All right. Twin Blades, 3 mana for an artifact equipment with flash. When this equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains double strike till end of turn. Gets +1/+1, equips for 2. I mean, the firebending makes these so much better.
Yep. Exactly.
I think this is super playable. I like flash equipments. It's going to get, because the first strike you're going to get, or double strike, first strike, you're going to get to kill something, or you just flash it in on whatever they don't block and kill them.
Yeah, I'm at 12. I'll take 5. No, you take 12, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. Although I don't know how you're going from 5 to 12, but
You get +1/+1 to 6, and it does double strike.
yeah. I forgot. I honestly forgot about the +1/+1. Oh my gosh, Embercleave.
That doesn't have trample.
Embercleave uncommon. Damn. This is gonna be good. I think this is gonna be really scary, actually. I'm calling this a 7. I'm playing this every time.
I think I'm probably playing it every time, but a little lower. I have it like a 6.5, but no, not a huge difference.
It feels like pretty close. I mean, it's situational, but it feels like pretty close to like premium removal that then can accidentally kill somebody and also just leaves a lasting effect on the board, which seems cool. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like this should be in blue.
Why?
Because the blue spirit is what uses those weapons. But it is Zuko, who's the Fire Nation, so. Ty Lee, Artful Acrobat, 3 mana for a 3/2. Human Performer. I'm kind of surprised she's not also a noble. It's never we never learn about her family, but she was sent to the firebending like women's school of like nobility and people, so
okay.
She was definitely like very upper class. So I always kind of assumed she was also some sort of like noble is more like bad guy I've seen. Yeah, Ty Lee is one of the bad guys. And so May is like the other counterpart to this character, and she's a noble in all of her things. And she's specifically, her parents are like the mayor, give or take. Like they're put in charge of one of the like cities that the Fire Nation take over. So not mayor, but
Um,
like he works for the
okay.
Fire Lord. He's in
Yeah,
charge
yeah.
of the city.
Yep.
I don't know what we would call that, but the governor, yeah. Who
Governor,
governor
a
is
bunch of
closer
different
than
things.
mayor.
Yeah.
We don't know that about Ty Lee, but they all went to the same school, and it is specified that that school is very upper class for like nobles, nobility, people with a
Yeah.
lot of money. So
Makes
anyway,
sense.
I'm surprised, but it doesn't matter. She's a 3/2 with prowess, and whenever she attacks, you may pay 1. When you do, target creature can't block this turn. Seems good. I like her prowess. Prowess with that rate in
Yeah.
seems like a 6.
6 works for me.
War Balloon, 3 mana for a 4/3 with flying, and you pay 1. Put a fire counter on this vehicle. As long as this vehicle has 3 or more fire counters on it, it's just a creature. And then you can crew it for 3. I like that you could dump extra mana into it when you have it, especially firebending mana. So eventually you just get the nice thing. And it's a little high for the crew cost, but I think the 3 fire counters is very, very reasonable. So I think this card is fine. Sure. And it's not like once per turn or anything. You can just firebend 3, get it activated. So I call that good. I'm going to say it's a 6.
That seems good. Yeah.
With flying, I think that's very reasonable. Wartime sure. Protesters. It's an ally with haste. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, and it gains haste until end of turn. Huh.
That seems pretty good.
4/4 with haste? That puts a +1/+1 counter on all your allies? Oh, it's a rare.
Haste? Yeah, it's a rare.
And they gain haste? This is so good for Boros. And it's fine everywhere else.
I mean, it turns that last one we saw, the 3 mana 2/1 into a 3 with that comes with an ally into a 3 mana 3/2 and 2/2 both with haste.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
Damn. This is very, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still probably like a 7.5 or an 8 because you can just kill this and it hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but it's so cheap too. You could activate, you could play more things. I think this is a bit of a split rating because outside of Boros, it's actually only going to be solid.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't seen yet if there's a decent number of allies in green, or there were in blue.
There weren't in black.
They're not black for sure.
Yeah, so
green.
It's
just looking at it. There are a lot in green.
There are.
There are, yeah, not as many as white, obviously. But
blue didn't have like that many, but it had a solid amount. But yeah, it was blue. Blue had a solid amount.
Yeah,
but like everything in white was.
Yes, for sure.
I feel like this is a 6 in like black.
Okay.
Red, black. Maybe even red, blue. I don't know about green. You said there's a lot of allies. And then obviously in Boros, I think this is like
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, it's like an 8, 8.5. Like this is going to kill some people.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to average it out, it's probably somewhere in the 7 range.
Yeah. 7.5 is my average.
That works.
I'm pretty high on this. I think you're just going to have enough allies. There's been a lot.
Yeah.
The Yuyan Archers, 2 mana for a 3/1 with reach. And when this creature enters, you may discard and draw, and if you do, draw a card. I think that's nice.
Yep. Sneaky reach.
Hey, Dylan. Welcome to the channel. Everybody say hi to Dylan, one of our editors.
Hi, Dylan.
I like this card. I like Sneaky Reach. I like draw and discarding. I like 3/1s for 2 with abilities on them. I'm going to call that 5.5.
5, yep. You're going to play this a lot. 5/5 seems good.
We've been on like W's and like X's forever, and it's just not ending. Zhao the Moonslayer.
That's what I thought we were in F. There were like 40 cards that started with fire.
That's true. Zhao the Moonslayer, 2 mana for a 2/2 with Menace. Non-basic lands enter tapped. Oh, this is going to be so good in Standard. I'm super excited. Screw you, Lotus Field. Sorry.
Lotus Field's not in standard.
Pioneer.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It wasn't standard for a while.
Well, everything's in standard for like 9
Yeah,
years
I mean,
now,
just
so.
in general. Like, they were two separate thoughts. It's going to be good and standard. Also, screw
Fair.
you, Lotus Field.
Also, screw you, Lotus Field. Okay, I should realize that's just a general standalone thought.
Yeah. I guess
all
I should say
times.
I'm excited to play this in my standard red deck. They took my mouse away today. I
took
can't
Screaming
touch my
Nemesis
mouse
away.
anymore.
They took Screaming Nemesis away, too.
Well, I don't love him as much. I just want to touch my mouse. I literally switched from standard to Pioneer so I could continue touching my mouse. And then they took him from me. So mad. Okay. Yeah. So, yay for mono red and standard, and fuck you, Airball. I've honed in my insults. Pay 7, put a conquest counter on Zhao. As long as Zhao has a conquest counter on him, non-basic land cards are mountains.
Pay 7, it's a Blood Moon.
Oh, I love him. I love him so much. We actually, Friday's podcast, we talk about this card a little bit, about how this will affect Commander, and I think it was a very, very good conversation. For those of you guys who want to check out the Commander side of the Avatar podcast, I think it's a very cool episode. Had a lot of fun chatting about the cards. I think this card is a very good bear. It is both ways. Non-basic lands enter tap. So if you have non-basic lands, but it's limited, so it's probably minimally relevant.
Yep. Really mostly just a 2/2 menace.
Yeah, which I think is fine. It might hose like a fit, like if they have a splash. Because oftentimes the splashes are non-basic. We'll have to see what the land types are, if there's like common duels or whatever. But it could hose a splash really nicely. I think this is just a 6. 2/2 with menace is just fine. I'm always playing it.
Yep.
Zuko exiled. God damn it.
This is the last one.
Zuko exiled prince. Human noble. 4/3 with firebending 3. Pay 3. Exile top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So I like that you've played him. You can't attack, right? So then the turn you're attacking, he can fuel the own ability. So all of your mana is fresh. You have 4 or 5 mana or more. So I think this is very good. It's repeatable. Instant speed, so you can try to rip like removal to kill blockers. You can do whatever. I think this is fine.
Yeah, this card's great.
Someone said unplayable Blood Moon. I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's
wrong.
That card was super playable and constructed. And in limited.
It's not really in constructed because it costs 7 to make it a Blood Moon at that point.
No.
Stuff out they care about.
Just non-basic lands enter tapped.
Oh, okay, sure.
Right? Like that's
Yeah.
For a mono red deck, like just making your opponents play slightly off canter, you can't shock in your shocks or whatever. Like that, I think that's gonna mess some people up in mono red.
Yeah. That's fair.
I don't care about the 7 ability.
Yeah.
I think this card is fine. I think this card dies very easily.
It does.
6.
It's a 6, but hopefully if it dies, it's replaced itself at least. So traded and net a card.
6 is that like curve filling part where I'm pretty happy to have it. I'm actively looking for cards like this.
Yep.
Cool. 6 it is. All right, that's the end of black or red. What do you think, Yanks?
Unsurprisingly aggressive. Firebending, I'm still. I don't know, even after going through the whole firebending color, I'm still not entirely sure what I think of firebending. But anything that just sort of produces extra mana usually ends up being broken. So we'll see.
I like firebending more. Something that happened here going in this particular video that I wasn't expecting was red made more clue tokens than I was expecting. I thought that was going to be a waterbending trait to make clues because it matches with blue, it matches with waterbending. So I thought that was where we were going to see that, and it was very underwhelming for it, which is why I actually got lower on waterbending. But I'm really excited for firebending because there are so many good firebending mana sinks and so many clues that you could just crack with the firebending mana to draw and do some cool things. So I think this is very, very good. I'm higher on firebending now than I was going into this video.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, chat, let us know in the comments, YouTube, leave a like and a subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you tomorrow for green. Bye, guys.